All right. So today, I'm going to talk to you today about 5 signs your liver may need some love if you're after the age of 40. And this is something that's often not considered or addressed, especially for women. But these are signs and symptoms that many people will deal with. And number one is going to be low energy. Did you know that if your energy is not functioning properly, this could be a sign that there's stagnation in your liver? This could be a sign of sluggish bile. And if you go to your doctor when there's low energy, they'll often run blood work. For me, I remember going to my doctor and I was like, my energy is just in the like garbage. It's horrible. I had no energy to get through my day. And my doctor said, "Oh, let's test your thyroid." Well, my thyroid came back as normal ish or normal enough that they weren't willing to do anything about it. The other thing that's commonly tested is iron. If iron levels are low, this can affect your energy. But these things actually have more to do with your liver than you may realize. Did you know that thyroid is actually converted in the liver? So if your body is producing enough thyroid hormone, it produces mostly T4, which is in the inactive version of thyroid hormone. But if the body's not able to convert that into the active version, it's not going to be able to use it properly. So your thyroid's not going to function properly. Guess where thyroid is converted for the most part? It's in the liver. So if the liver is not functioning properly, often, I mean, I used to say this too. I used to be a weight loss coach for women over 40. And the main thing I would say is like, it's not calories, it's about your hormones. We need to get the hormones functioning properly. But the liver has a really big part in your body being able to convert, metabolize, and use hormones properly. So if that's not functioning optimally, you're not going to be able to do that. So hormones are going to be off, thyroid's going to be off. You're not going to manage stress as well. And stress is one of the big things that has an impact on how your liver functions to begin with. So low energy is the number one sign that there's something going on possibly with your liver. And so going to the doctor, getting blood work run, like I was annoyed because my doctor wasn't willing to run a full set of thyroid labs. I'm a nutritionist. So I knew that thyroid wasn't just a TSH, a normal TSH number, which is thyroid stimulating hormone, which actually isn't produced by the thyroid. That's produced in the pituitary. But my doctor was only willing to run TSH. And there's a lot more behind that because doctors will do what they feel is necessary. And if they can't justify it when they get audited, there's problems. So my doctor was only willing to run TSH. So I went to a functional medicine doctor who was willing to do deeper labs, and deeper labs he did. I went to the blood work place, Life Labs, and brought in my requisition for the blood work, and they were shocked at the number of vials that came out of me. So the benefit there is I did get deeper blood work by the functional medicine practitioner, but again, my thyroid numbers came back as, no, they're kind of okay. But he was willing to put me on thyroid medication. That didn't make a difference for me. And that's what can happen for many people. You get put on thyroid medication, and often what will happen is your dose goes up, your dose goes down, and it's this constant changing of the dial of turning the dose up, turning the dose down based on how you're doing and how your labs are coming back. But what if that's not actually the problem? This is where frequency testing, muscle testing is really beneficial because we dig deeper and figure out what's the cause. And often for women over 40, liver is a really big component here because liver is a huge factor in all your hormone health. And this is a time in our life where our hormones are different, they're changing. We're moving out of a phase where the body is focusing on reproduction into a phase of them kind of getting ready for retirement, which is what happens as we go into menopause. And so, if liver is not functioning optimally as these hormones start to change, the symptoms can be much worse. So, this is where there can be headaches before your periods. There can be PMS symptoms that you didn't have before. And it may be less connected to your hormones than you may think. It may actually be a sign that there's something going on with your liver, that we need to give it some support to move bile effectively and to detox properly because the liver is the main detox organ in the body and it's responsible for hundreds of jobs every single day. And if it's not able to keep up, it will store toxins that it can't clear out in your fat tissue. It can wrap it in cholesterol, and that's when stones are formed, gallstones. So the liver is something that we need to make a priority. So number 1 sign is low energy. Number 2, waking in the night. Something that clients often find really interesting. There's actually a traditional Chinese medicine organ clock, and it basically addresses that there are different times throughout the day on a 24-hour clock where different organs in the body are the most active. And liver is 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning. So if you're someone who wakes up in the middle of the night on a regular basis and you know what time it is, often for people I hear it's between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning. And that can happen when there's stagnation in your liver, when the liver's not able to do the detox that it's supposed to do at that time of the night. And so it gets sluggish and it gets kind of backed up and it wakes you up. So that's one, waking up throughout the night. Often there's something going on with the liver. Not always. There's also other things it could be. Again, frequency testing is helpful. I don't want to generalize this. That can be blood sugar related issue as well, which also has a liver component to it. But waking through the night, that's number 2 signs that there may be something going on with your liver and something that needs your support. And there's the balloons. Number 3 is bloating. This one's really surprising for people often. If your body's not moving bile properly, bile is responsible for breaking down healthy fats in our system. If bile is sluggish or the body's not able to move it effectively, stomach acid is going to be affected because those are on kind of like a scale. If the body has enough stomach acid, it needs bile to neutralize it or it will burn your small intestines. If there's not enough bile or it's not moving properly, it's going to decrease your stomach acid, which makes food sit in your stomach for longer than it should. That's where food can putrefy, it can start to break down and hang out there longer than it should, which creates gas in the system, which creates bloating. So if you're someone who it has bloating, if you find that you're burping a lot after meals, that can be a sign there's something gallbladder related going on as well, but it's also connected to liver. So bloating is number 3. So we have low energy, waking in the night, bloating is number 3, sign that there may be something going on with your liver. Number 4 is belly fat. And I know this is something that is common as women get into their 40s, but a lot of the times when we do some work on making the bile move properly, making sure the liver is functioning optimally, this is when the weight around your midsection it doesn't hang around as much. Because again, as I said, if there's toxins that the body can't handle and it needs somewhere to put it, it's going to tuck it into fat because it doesn't want it wandering around your system. It doesn't want the toxins ending up in the brain tissue, in your heart, in other organs, glands, systems in the body. So the body is really smart and it'll wrap these toxins in fat cells. And this is often will end up around the midsection. It can end up around around your organs as well, but the purpose is the body is trying to keep you safe. The liver's optimal goal or overall goal is to help you live another day. And so if that means that there's stuff that it needs to deal with and it doesn't have the time to deal with it, or it's overwhelmed with other things, or it's sluggish and congested, this is when toxins can be wrapped in fat and tucked into your fat cells. So weight gain in your 40s, this can be a factor. This is why eat less, exercise more doesn't work. I think many women understand that now. It's not a long-term strategy. It's not effective because we need to figure out what's going on in your body that's causing you to hold on to the weight. And liver is a really big factor here. Again, this is where muscle testing is really helpful. Maybe there is something you're eating that's not beneficial for you, or maybe there's parasites or some other underlying infection in the system, but liver health is something that needs to be a priority after 40, especially for women, for men as well, but I'm talking about women. And then number 5, this one surprises a lot of people. I could have done a list of like 40 here, but I picked really big ones that I hear all the time. Brain fog. Brain fog is also can be a sign that there's something going on with your liver. If the liver is congested and sluggish and it's just not able to function properly, This is where liver is connected. So, skin issues, that was another one I wanted to talk about. Skin shows you what the liver can't detox. So if you're having breakouts around your period, if you're having acne, adult acne, who expected that like I'm past puberty now and I'm getting acne? And many clients that I've worked with have had that and they're like, what the heck is going on? Or rashes or red skin or a little bit different, but like a histamine reaction where your legs are itchy at night or these are all connected to your liver. And so is brain fog. So if you're finding that you're losing the words mid-sentence. You can't remember where you put your keys. You lose your train of thought mid-conversation. This could be a sign that your liver needs some love. And the beautiful part about this is when we start giving the body the support it needs, your body is always trying to heal itself. And when it's not given support, it's not able to do that. And that's what shows up in symptoms. Symptoms are messages from your body that something is not right and something needs your help. And we're so conditioned today to think like weight is seen as a problem. Weight is a symptom. I would shout that from rooftops because I was the person years ago who thought like weight is the problem. I need to fight my body. I need to exercise like a machine and I need to eat less to force my body to change. But weight is my body trying to tell me that it doesn't feel safe, that there's something that's affecting my system that needs my help. And all of these are no different. Low energy is a sign, is a symptom. Your body is telling you that something needs your support. Something's not working properly. Waking in the night between 1 and 3 o'clock in the morning, especially between 3 and 5 is typically lung on the Chinese, traditional Chinese medicine clock. But it's really interesting to like take a look at if you are waking up throughout the night, what time are you waking up? This can also be connected to, again, underlying infections, which do have a tie in with liver as well. And when the liver's supported, the body's able to manage these infections properly. But things like parasites, which I used to talk about a lot, I haven't talked about that much recently, but it's still something that I talk about in clinical practice every single day. Poop, parasites, and periods are the three main P's conversations that I have all of the time. And parasites are nocturnal. So they're very active at night. So parasites can be another reason that you're waking up in the night, but again, connected to liver. And so if you're dealing with symptoms and you're finding that you're not getting results, you're not getting a solution, no one seems to understand what's going on with you, this is an area I can help you. I help with digging deeper and finding out what is the root cause of the issues that you're dealing with. Is there something going on with your liver? Does your liver need some support? Is there an underlying infection in your body? Is your body overwhelmed with things? This could be stress, this could be radiation. Radiation is a really big one that we've seen, especially since 2020, because how many of us went inside? How many of us are on devices more today than we were in the past? There's also, yes, there's stress, there's mental stress, physical stress, emotional stress, chemical stress. Beauty care products. How many of your personal care beauty care products have chemicals in them? Probably all of them. How many people use candles around their house? Scented candles, Glade plugins, dryer sheets. Like all of these things are stressors on our body. And when the body is in a state of stress, that's when we start to have symptoms because it's trying to communicate with you that it needs some help. So if any of this resonated with you, if you are someone who's over 40 and you're like, well, what the heck is going on with my system? Why is everything I've tried in the past not working? Why is no one able to figure out what I need? Uh, that's where an assessment with us is really helpful because we will tap into your body and figure out, that sounded weird. We connect with the person to figure out what are the organs, glands, and systems in your system that aren't functioning optimally. And then we dig deeper than what your medical doctor will do because we're asking what is causing it. Is it heavy metals? Is it parasites? Is it bacteria? Is it stress? Is it radiation? Emotions? There are so many different things that don't show up on traditional blood work, traditional labs that could be the reason that you're having the issues that you're having. And the body will just keep sending messages until you get the message. So it may start as a little headache and then it turns into repeated migraines. It may start as a little bit of change in your period, and all of a sudden it's like gushing out of control periods. It may start as like a little bit of mood changes, and then you're raging for no reason. And the body just keeps turning up the volume until we pay attention, until we listen. So if this is something you're interested in, send me a DM or connect with me so that we can book an assessment for you. It's completely like easy. And the beautiful part is we're going to help you understand what's going on with your body and what does your body need to get back into balance. Because a body that's in balance is trying to get better. It's trying to heal at all times. And if we're giving it the support that it needs, then it's asking for, you're going to feel better. So hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I'm Kate McDowell from Aligned Natural Health, and I will talk to you soon.